Hey runners, if you've been dealing with Achilles tendon pain that's limiting your distance, your speed, or your ability to do hills, and you've tried strength training drills, but it's made your pain worse, then this video is for you. I'm going to break down the crucial step that most runners miss when trying to recover from Achilles tendon injury. I'm going to show you 5 exercises that you can do to reduce your pain fast and get back to training. Hey guys, I'm Dr. Kevin Vandy, physical therapist and running specialist with Competitive Edge Physical Therapy. Thanks so much for tuning in and watching this video. I've had Achilles tendon pain. I've treated hundreds of runners that have had Achilles tendon pain. It can be a real bear to get over, and knowing how to rehab it can sometimes be the most difficult part. If you've tried to look online, you've probably seen what's called the eccentric strengthening exercises for the calf. Exercises where you rise up on your toes and then slowly lower down. Although that is the gold standard of treatment, it's often a step too far ahead of where most runners are in their injury process. You see, most runners are in too much pain to start that drill, but they start it anyway, and this might be you, and you end up being in more pain even though you're doing the right thing. That's super frustrating. So what I want to do in this video is I want to break down the initial 5 drills you can do to make sure your calf and your Achilles tendon is ready to get the most value out of an eccentric strengthening program, which I'll record in another video later on. But this first video is all about how to get out of pain fast and how to prepare your tissue for the best strengthening drills. So the crucial step that most runners miss is called isometric strengthening. Basically just means you're turning on your muscle, but it's not increasing or decreasing in length. It's staying the same length, such as rising up onto your toes and just holding that drill. Or if you were doing a bicep curl, lifting up a weight and holding at that level. Now that may seem boring, but there's a lot of value in that drill. The reason being is most runners don't do strength training on a regular basis. So your calf muscle, for instance, isn't ready to handle more weight and 3 sets of 15 repetitions twice a day, which is the protocol for most running Achilles tendon rehab programs. Most runners just aren't ready for that yet. So you need an intermediate step, a starting phase. And that's what isometrics do. They also help at reducing pain. Studies have shown at tendons of your knee, your Achilles, and other areas of your body that if you can hold an exercise for 30 to 45 seconds for 4 to 5 repetitions, most people experience a reduction in pain. It helps to repair the tendon itself and improve tissue quality. And the fact that it reduces pain is the best part, because then you can tolerate other phases of rehab. You can walk better, do stairs, get up in the morning with less pain. So it's a win-win-win. That's the value of doing isometric exercises, or exercises where you just hold a position. So guys, in this video, I'm going to show you 5 exercises you can do that are great for building isometric strength and reducing pain. The following phases, the slow, heavy eccentrics and the plyometrics, I'll be showing in additional videos later. But for now, let's dive into isometric exercises you can do today to reduce your pain. The first isometric drill I'm going to show you today is for runners that have very strong acute pain. Pain 5, 6, 7 out of 10. Pain in your Achilles that affects you when you wake up in the morning, when you walk, do stairs, squat. This is the least aggressive drill. It may be too easy for some of you, but try it anyway. It's a very good initial place to start, especially if you have a lot of pain in your Achilles and you're looking for pain relief. So you're going to use a heavy band or multiple TheraBands, so it's nice and heavy. And you're going to put that around the ball of your foot, and you're going to pull back with a lot of strength in on the band. Now, you want to make it so it doesn't obviously snap over your toes, and you want to pull, again, with enough tension that you have to push forward against that tension and hold that drill. Now, this is where the isometric portion, or the lack of lengthening, comes into play. You want to hold that for 45 seconds with your calf contracted and your foot pushed straight out against the band without rotating your foot to the side or inside, but instead pushing straight ahead and holding for 45 seconds. And for all these, you're gonna hold 30 to 45 seconds and you're gonna do 4 to 5 sets. If you need to take breaks, do so, but the time matters because that's what's gonna build your tendon. So, use a super band or multiple TheraBands, put it around your foot, press out, get a good solid contraction in your calf muscle, and that is the first exercise you can do that will help you reduce pain in your Achilles tendon. The next isometric drill you're going to do is a double leg calf raise. Now the reason I want to start with the double leg is because you can move your weight right to left depending on your pain level. If you have a lot of pain, you can, and let's say your pain is on your right leg, you can shift some of your body weight off to the left so it's not too strong of a load on the leg that is injured, or you can choose to gradually shift more weight onto that side as you feel better and have less pain. So it works really well to modulate your pain and tolerance as your tissue strength improves. So to do this drill, you want to have your fingertips on a wall. I don't like using a countertop because you tend to push off and you don't get the full load onto the leg. But fingertips on a wall, the key part here is knees straight. There is a bent version way to do this. We'll get to that later. But for now, we're going to do a straight leg version. So knees locked straight. You're going to rise up onto the balls of your feet. Now the key here is you don't want to roll your feet out to the side like I'm doing here, and you don't want to let your feet collapse in towards each other. Either direction reduces load on your calf and reduces the value to your Achilles tendon. So you want to rise up onto your toes, making sure you're putting your focus of your weight between your big toe and the toe next to it. And what you're going to do, you're going to try to press up as high as you can, and you're going to hold that position for 45 seconds. Now, if you can't get all the way up, if you only have enough range of motion to get here or here or here, go as high as you can. The other value of doing it with two legs is you can get to a higher range of motion than you might typically get if you only started it on one leg, which is the next progression. But for now, start on two, try to get as much height as you can, press on the big toe and the toe next to it, hold for 45 seconds, and do that for 4 to 5 sets. The next isometric Achilles drill to reduce pain and increase your strength is a single leg version of the double leg calf raise. So single leg calf raise. The way you're going to do it is you're going to rise up onto two legs and slowly shift your weight off to the other leg, to the affected leg, and then offload the other leg so that all your weight is on one leg only. You want to be careful not to let your leg roll out to the side or roll in. And the other key piece is you want to make sure your pelvis stays level and your butt muscle stays engaged so that you don't drop your pelvis, which will have an effect on how much you are using your calf muscle. So avoid pelvic drop, keep your butt squeezed and stay in a neutral position of the foot and as high a calf raise as you can get. Again, whatever range of motion it will allow is okay. The next isometric drill we're going to do is great for runners in particular because we're going to be in a running specific motion. It's going to be an advanced version of the single leg isometric drill I just showed you. Because you're in a running position, you're going to be able to utilize your calf and your Achilles in a way you would when you're out running. So it's a direct application from doing rehab and doing running itself. Let's head to it. So against a wall, you're going to drive your leg up to this position here, so basically in line with your pelvis. Your back is going to be straight, shoulders in line with your hips. And from there, what you're going to do is you're going to rise up onto your back leg in the same control. Don't let your foot roll out or roll in. Don't let your pelvis drop. Keep that nice and level. And rise up to about halfway into your calf raise position, knee lock straight, and you're going to hold. Again, you see here that my torso is leaned forward as if I'm running. My knee is in a position as if I'm driving it forward for my next running stride, and my back leg is pushing off as if I would if I were running itself. So this is an advanced version of an isometric drill. It's definitely harder and more intense, but it can put you in a more running specific position, which is a great application back into running itself. The final drill I'm going to show you is a bent knee version of the single leg isometric. So what you're going to do is you're going to be up against a wall. You can be lateral to the wall like I am, or perpendicular, it's up to you. From there you're going to bend your knee, and then you're going to lean your body forward and press your heel off the ground. And in this bent knee position, you're going to be using a slightly different version of your calf. It's another muscle, also feeds into your Achilles, but it works really well to help with hill climbing, descending hills, building your Achilles strength for those specific parts of running. So again, you're going to hold it 45 seconds, 4 to 5 repetitions. Again, this is a single leg bent knee calf raise. All right, so those are the 5 Achilles isometric exercises you can do to reduce pain fast and make sure you don't miss that crucial phase of Achilles rehab that most runners miss, that keep them in pain way longer than they need to be. Some other tips for these drills: you can add weight via a backpack or weighted vest, or hold dumbbells. If the isometrics seem too easy with your body weight alone, awesome, kudos to you. Just add some additional weight to make them more challenging. I will say, for most runners, your body weight is going to be more than enough. 45-second hold is a long time, and it can make your calf sore. That's okay, but it should reduce pain at your Achilles. So when your calf gets stronger, you get more comfortable loading the tendon, and you have pain reduction, which I know you've been looking for some time, so you can get back to doing what you love, get back to running. Hey guys, if you liked the video, drop a comment below. Let me know that you liked it, and let me know what else you want to see in my future videos about Achilles and about running rehab. Thanks so much for watching this video. Again, hit like, subscribe, hit the notification bell to get reminded when my new videos come out. Thanks so much for watching, and train smarter and perform better.